I keep saying God ordained this move from the jump. If I'm telling my story and you seem like the bad guy, it's probably because you're the bad guy, okay? Dallas and Fort Worth, between the two, like, you'll never get bored. It is okay to admit that things are hard, because things are hard. I have been on a few dates also. That whatever God has for you will be for you. And put the black on, you know, because it's death to the old me. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Aniya Danyea, and if this is your first time here, welcome. Here on the channel I like to do makeup, hair vlogs, lifestyle videos, a little bit of everything. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and subscribe. Y'all, your girl has been gone for a minute, but I'm back up in it, okay? I am back and I'm ready, and I'm here to give you guys all the tea about where I've been, the challenges that I've had, a new promotion, somebody living with me, okay? And I'm going to give you an update about how life has been here, specifically in Texas, the culture, how I've grown personally, spiritually, and yeah, we're just going to have a girl chat. So do your makeup, get you a drink, get you a snack, and let's get ready to yap, okay? Because I got a lot to tell y'all. Let's get into it. Now, I'm doing my makeup a little bit differently than I normally would. Nothing too crazy, but I'm not really going to be focused on the makeup. I want to tell you guys, like I said, where I have been. So we're just going to jump into it. If you see me looking over here, it's because I have my phone set up for notes because I don't want to forget anything I'm telling y'all. And excuse me because I may sound a little stuffy. Allergy season is getting to me. So I felt completely off at the beginning of this year. I thought I was going to start strong in January. I had a plan. I planned things out for like 2 months of content, like filming days, when I was going to post and everything. I came up with a different posting schedule. And I posted once in January and then twice again in February. And I haven't posted since. So welcome back, y'all. I'll start off with the life changes recently. Now, I told you guys last time I posted was in February. So back in February, in the beginning of February, I have a little brother who y'all have probably seen on here before. But my brother came to move down here with me early February, which was absolutely amazing because y'all know your girl was getting a little bit lonely here. I still like really enjoyed my time here by myself, but it's really nice to have family down here. Now, God is so good in the way that he works, because the way that my brother came down here is just like, it's just God, and how everything has worked ever since. Him finding a job, just him being able to have different access to different resources that will help him for his future. He moved down here in February, and I really wanted to show him like the Fort Worth experience. Like, I wanted to take him out. I wanted to have fun with him like every weekend, because you know, your girl was working during the week still. Like, I still had a job even though my brother was down here, and he was not working. He was just coming to visit at first just to see how he liked it. He would be in the house all day while your girl was at work, and y'all know I work a lot of hours during the day. So I wanted to give him that time back, and he doesn't have a car, he doesn't have anything down here, so I wanted to be, you know, that fun for him. So that leads me into the challenges that I've been having, y'all. Due to me wanting to take my brother out all the time and go out every weekend and party and drink and, you know, just go to a lot of different social things, that I stopped showing up here on YouTube. I stopped showing up for different hobbies. I was just really focusing on, you know, spending time with my brother. And let me just say this, I am very grateful, because I don't think my brother and I's relationship would be where it is today if it were not for that time. Me and my brother have always had a really good relationship, but down here our relationship has grown like something I just would never have expected. We've opened up about things that I didn't know was going on in his life. He didn't know what was going on in my life. So it really gave me a chance to become closer to him. So while it was a challenge for me as far as like getting back on YouTube and staying in my consistent routine, it was also a blessing, because my relationship with my little brother is so important to me. But because I was going out so much, I was doing Sunday fun days. That means I was spending less time in church. I wasn't really in my word. I wasn't really reading my Bible. I was listening to secular music, because if I want to go out and party, I'm not going to listen to, you know, gospel. Like, for real, like I'm not going to listen to gospel going out if I'm going out to get ready to drink and stuff. So that's where a lot of my challenges came in. I broke my consistency, I broke my routine, and yeah, it just kind of like tumbled down here from there. And on top of that, spring break came up, and spring, if y'all know, I work in a school. Spring break is a week long, so we took that week to drive back home. And honestly, I don't know, mind you, your girl is really raw and transparent on here. If y'all haven't followed me along, I took a vow of abstinence back, I think in August, but I broke that vow in December. I'm proud of myself, but I broke it in December, and then at the beginning of January I said, God, you know, I'm going to take another vow. I'm going to take another vow. Well, that didn't last that long. I took a 3-day Esther fast in the beginning of January to really help me get over my ex. I don't think I was as intentional about it. And stay tuned, because I have a whole other video coming about my relationship and the signs that God was giving me to leave the relationship, and just stuff that I didn't share with y'all before because I was so focused on protecting him and protecting the relationship and like potentially getting back together with him. But that's another story for another video. So go ahead and subscribe and turn your notifications on so you can get notified when that comes out. Fast forward again, February, was going out partying, you know, just living in the world like it's nothing. And the more you get comfortable with sin, the more sin you will do, okay? So fast forward to March when we're driving up to Baltimore, and I was planning to vlog and everything that whole trip, and I may still post some of it, but I really fell off because I wanted to spend time with my family. I really want to spend time with my friends. I miss a lot of my friends and I wanted to spend that time with them. So those were like some of the challenges that I faced, like just falling off on my habits and my walk with God, and just falling back into old habits. Y'all know, well, maybe y'all don't know because I wasn't documenting my life at this time, but I was really getting into like fitness, like working out. I told myself that I wanted to run a 5K. I didn't even know what that was until I started walking like 4 and 6 miles with one of my coworkers, or a few of my coworkers. I was just introduced to a whole new life. My soror took me to a run club, and I took my brother. We had this whole plan to get active and stuff like that. We kind of fell off, but it was just, you know, it was a challenge balancing life and stuff. Continuing on with the whole struggle of balancing life. In the process, in the midst of this all, at the end of last year, a few good teachers left from the school. We already a very small school. We don't have subs like a normal public school. So it was a really big transition because I have my degree in counseling, and y'all know I was a high school counselor before I became the dean of students, and I was overseeing discipline and student events, and I have another video on that too if you guys want to know more about what I do. So in the beginning of January, returning from break, my principal and I and my other dean were setting up different interviews so people can apply to have this counselor position. But in the meantime, I was also playing the role as a counselor while still doing my other duties, y'all. It was a struggle. It was a struggle. And I just took on a whole new, like, a whole new role. Like, it's not even like I took on a few responsibilities. No, a counselor is a whole role in itself, and I know how much work it takes to be a counselor to over 300 students. Granted, we don't have 300 students, we have 200 something, but it's still a lot of kids to cater to and to do 2 different roles at one time. So your girl was struggling a little bit. Obviously, I didn't have time to always pick up the camera. I didn't always feel like picking up a camera. My energy was like, it was low. It was all over the place. I started a new medication. If y'all don't know, I have ADHD, and I was like, it's time to get a hold of this ADHD, especially being in this new position, not being able to balance stuff, not keeping up with timelines, like forgetting key details in certain items, or like getting so locked into the planning process I don't sit there and implement well. But I'm happy that I was aware and knew about all these things and was able to make a change, and I have good insurance now, so like it wasn't hard getting medication, wasn't hard getting therapy. I'm back in therapy and stuff. So granted, there were some challenges while I was gone, but there was also some good in it. You know, a lot of this stuff, well, I feel like I want more coverage in my foundation before I put on contour. A lot of this stuff helped me grow, and I feel like it was necessary. I definitely feel like it's necessary. God does everything well. Also, like a part of like these new responsibilities at my job, I also got to think, my brother got a job. He was like, if he get a job down here, he's gonna stay, which I'm open to. Like, you know, I love my little brother. So he found a job down here fairly quickly, which is crazy because everybody else in this job market has been struggling, and that just shows the favor on our lives. But he found a job, but he still doesn't have a car, so I've been taking him to work and I've been picking him up for work. So it's like, I've been a single mother out here while balancing everything else, but I wouldn't change anything because I love him, and I feel like, you know, he deserves that. I'm his sister. That's what we do. Like, I'm his support, he's my support. So it's just really hard juggling everything like that. This was a really exciting move in my life, but I started getting overwhelmed with a lot of stuff, and I used like drinking, going out to partying to cope, because I just wanted, you know, I wanted to break from the everyday like hustle and bustle, like thing after thing after thing, especially on the weekends. I just wanted to take a break and just let loose a little bit, if you will. But I really missed y'all, and it's been a while, but your girl's ready to get back. I do feel like, I'll talk about this in another video. I don't want to get too much into it, but I feel like these topics kind of overlap. I definitely do feel like this break from YouTube, I'm not going to say an attack from the enemy, I'm not going to say that, but it was a lack of self-discipline, and it was definitely getting me off of where I know God wants to take me, and I know where I want to go. Like, I have certain plans for myself, especially here on YouTube in the content creation space, and sometimes I just give up and I question myself, like, is this really what God told me to do? Is this really what God has for me? And also being a Christian, like transition into the Christian influencer field, like I also don't want to lead people astray. Like, I am still new in this walk and new in this journey, and I don't want to be portraying a lifestyle that isn't always like based on a Christian perspective or how a Christian should live. Like, I don't want to always film me, especially now that I'm like grown out of that stuff, but I may still engage here and there. I don't want to put that on display because I know as a Christian woman, that's not how you should be lived. But I also want to come back and tell you guys about these experiences because we're not perfect, and God will show favor and he will continue to have open arms to you, and he loves you unconditionally. And when you're ready to come back, he'll accept you. That's a little bit about where I've been. I want to transition into like giving you an update on how Texas life has been, because y'all, living in Texas, okay, just thinking about like everything with Trump that's been going on, all these terrorists, the racism. Like I thought like my job was gonna be, I don't know, it was just so many different things that I was thinking. And I started planning with my mom, like, I'm gonna move back, I'm gonna live with you guys, I'm gonna save my money for a little bit, I just started making all these plans without consulting God first. And my thing is like, oh, I know God was gonna take care of me regardless. I did worry about the recession before my brother moved down here. I was like, you know, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my bills. Granted, I've never had an issue. God has been so faithful. I've never had an issue with paying my bills. But I don't know, like fear starts to set in, and especially like I was still holding on to the hope like, oh, me and my ex we maybe get back together. I moved out to Texas for a year, you know, just to find whatever God had for me. But maybe this isn't what God had for me. So I also told my mom, like, I feel really stupid if God brought me out here just for a year. And she was like, but look how much you've learned and grown in that year. And I was like, you're right. But I kept saying like, God did not bring me this far for me just to go back. Like, it's something here in Texas for me that God has for me and that God wants me to give and share with other people. So I didn't know what that was. And I even started applying for other jobs here in Texas because I wanted to move closer to the Dallas area. Y'all, I really like Dallas. I really like Dallas's nightlife, but not necessarily like clubs, but they have really nice lounges with good R&B music. If y'all don't know, which I should know and go back and find out, but y'all knew I moved down here for this job specifically. And I was like, you know, I honestly felt like I didn't even think your girl would be working in education, and I didn't think your girl would be an administrator at a high school. I really did not. So I've been thinking God all the way, like even how I got the job and how everything happened. It's nothing but God. It's nothing but God. And I've always said, God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the call, meaning that whatever God has for you will be for you, no matter if you have the degree for it, the experience for it, the people, the connections, the network, the support for it. He will be all of that for you if he says you have something that he wants you to do. Period. So I always kept that in mind. Like, God has always been my support and my anchor down here, especially in this new role. Now, I want to tell you guys a few things about what I've been learning down here since living in Texas, because I feel like I haven't done one of those videos in a minute, and I'm going to break it down to a few different categories. Culturally, y'all, Texas is so different than Maryland. Texas is completely different than Maryland, from the people to the food to the culture. I just think that everybody needs to move out of their home state, hometown, wherever you're from. You need to move out and experience, because the world is completely different. Like, from state to state, the world is completely different. The biggest shock to me here culturally, now I knew it was a lot of Hispanics down here. However, I didn't know how prevalent their culture was down here in Texas. Like, when I just thought of Texas, I thought it was like, oh, Tex-Mex and stuff like that. No, Hispanic culture is huge everywhere. A lot of people down here speak Spanish, which I absolutely love, because your girl wants to. I took Spanish for 5 years and I still don't know the language, and I work at a predominantly Hispanic school. So that is one of my goals that I have while living down here. But I didn't know that the culture was just so big down here. Like, it's so many things catered to Hispanic people and like Spanish speaking people, which I find amazing. But also, your girl's not from the South, so I learned about trail rides. Like, I didn't know what that was. I just been getting and embracing more of the culture down here. I really love a good cowboy boots. I don't know, I just love their culture down here. Like, the Southern Black, like, cowboy scene, I didn't know existed. I thought that was like for white people, for the Hispanics. No, the Black people, we start a lot of stuff, and I know we have a lot of stuff that I didn't think that we had, but we put our own twist on it, and a lot of times we create this stuff, and it's just amazing. It's just really amazing to see that type of culture down here. The girl has been loving the food, and also my brother has been loving the food too. He is a very picky person, but like, they have some really good Hispanic, like Tex-Mex food is okay. But the authentic Hispanic food, that's where it's at. The burrito tacos, we love them up. The elote, we love them up. The cochinadas, I love them up. My brother doesn't eat corn, but I just love the food, love the culture. And you know, I've been taking my brother out. We've been exploring a lot more. I've been to Grapevine. I don't insert some pictures like of the Ferris wheel and everything like that. I have been on a few dates also. I know we're not talking about that right now, but I have been on a few dates, which helped me see more of Texas, because I've been dating people from different parts of Texas. I haven't been dating a lot of people from Fort Worth necessarily, really, but like from Grapevine, from Addison, from Dallas. I've been going out in Deep Ellum. Like the Run Club in Dallas meets like at a few different places, but the very first one was at the Katy Trail. I'm not from Dallas, so I didn't know that's a really big trail. And after that, it was like an after party at Canvas, which is in Deep Ellum. So it's just really nice. Like Dallas and Fort Worth, between the two, like you'll never get bored. Arlington, all the little towns and cities in between, you'll never get bored. It's always something for me to do, which is also an issue sometimes because I always want to go out and explore and explore and explore. And it's like, girl, we got other things to do. But balance, we're finding out balance, okay? So now I'm going to talk a little bit about like how I've grown personally and spiritually down here. I keep saying God ordained this move from the jump. And since living down here, I've had so much new revelation. I've grown. Like Aniya a few years ago, Aniya did not think I would be living on my own. And I say this in my videos all the time, but it's so true. I was so like focused on being in a relationship, getting married, settling down. And it's like, girl, you weren't even ready for that. I posted something on TikTok the other day. And it's like this trend. I don't know if y'all seen it, but it's like plan A, be married by this age, have a kid at this age, have a house by this age. And it said plan B, be the cool aunt or uncle. And I was like, God laughs at your plan sometimes because he knows that you're not ready for what you're asking for. And God knew I was not ready for what I was asking for. And I thank you, Jesus, because he has protected me from so much, like just from so much. And I don't think if this move didn't happen, I would have the relationship I have with him now. I wouldn't have the experience that I have in my career field now. I wouldn't have the relationship I have with my brother and even my family, because even though it's long distance, y'all, why'd I put mascara on? I wanted to do individuals with you guys, but I guess we're not gonna do individuals. But it's so many ways that I have grown since living down here, and I cannot attribute that to anything but God, okay? And again, this video is just like a little catch me up series. I will go more into depth about why I thought God was moving me down here and why he was really moving me down here, and just how everything is connected, and God like will give you little pieces at a time until one day you get revelation and you see the bigger picture, and you're like, oh, you just sit back and be like, oh, God, you are funny, you are creative, and you are amazing, because he is. And yeah, it's been an adjustment living down here. It's really been an adjustment. Like, it's just been a bit of a roller coaster learning the area. I still use GPS for everything. I take my brother to work on the same route every single day. And he's like, you already know your way. Why do you use it? But in Texas, y'all, any and everything is bound to go wrong at any moment on these highways. So adjusting to the highway traffic, just trying to learn new ways to get around besides the highway, it's been an adjustment. But your girl finally got a Texas toll pass, okay? I am very happy about that, because your girl was hopping on these expressways without any toll pass, and I was getting charged. I'm thinking like I pay the same as everybody else that had a toll pass. No, girl, you pay a lot more. You pay a lot more. So remember that if you're thinking about moving out to Texas, get that toll pass right away. Get that toll pass, okay? I think my face is pretty much set. I'm gonna go ahead and put some lips on. I'm not gonna talk during that part because yeah, it's gonna be hard to talk to y'all. But y'all can sit here and watch me. Oh, let me set my face first. I'm saying this, but I just want to reiterate it. My brother moving down here has been probably one of the best things, okay? And also like finding a support system here has been one of the best things. My coworkers at work, now granted, your girl don't really like coworkers. I normally don't have like, I keep saying that, but honestly, if I think back to jobs, I have had close friends from every job that I had. However, the people like I'm directly working with, it's really hard for me to get relationships with them because I want it to be strictly a work relationship. I don't want to cross any boundaries. I don't want to blur any lines. However, I found a really good group of girls, women, ain't girls, we women, okay, who just share the same values as me. They're fun. And I don't work directly with them. Like, there are times that I work directly with them, but it's not a consistently. They work like on the other side, and I'm able to vent to them. I'm able to talk to them about different things, and they understand, and they invite me, and they just, you know, I don't know. They really make me feel welcome, and I really appreciate that, and I appreciate the bond that we have. We have like little girl nights once a month. Somebody hosts it at their house, somebody hosts it at their house. I'm a little nervous because they've been out doing it. When it comes to my house, I don't know what I'm gonna do, y'all. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we've like, everything that we do is like crafty. We've made sweatshirts together. We made gingerbread houses. We're gonna have like a spring soiree coming up. I forgot what we're supposed to be making. And more recently, like this week, we had an event, which I missed because that's a whole nother thing, y'all. But we had an event, and one of my coworkers, she was like, we're getting together at so-and-so's house, and we're gonna make bouquets for this event that we have coming up. So me being me, I'm thinking like, okay, boom, we're going over there just to make bouquets. Guys, I pulled up. This girl had the whole spread. Shredded chicken, she had the torta, she had the taco. It was just everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, on a school night? Like, we're doing this? She's like, girl, I got the bevies and everything. Granted, in April, I did say I'm going to stop drinking. My brother and I are going to stop drinking until his 21st birthday. And I did have a sip of wine. But then my coworker was like, boom, I got some non-alcoholic. So that's when I finished my night with. And we just sat there, we talked, we were productive. And it was just a really good night, y'all. So I'm grateful for the relationships that I'm building down here. My face looks a little, I don't know. Oh, y'all, I forgot to contour my nose. I was like, something looks off. I've been enjoying like making TikToks for Fort Worth and Dallas, like places that I visited. Some of my videos are currently blowing up right now. Probably not for good things because there are people boycotting certain restaurants down here. But TikTok has been an amazing resource for me to find places and also find friends and connections. And also while I was down here, I can't forget this. My family lives down here. Like, I had a family member that I grew up with when I was, you know, they're not blood, whatever, but they family, okay? And my brother and I went to a cowboy show, a black cowboy show, the Bill Pickett show down here. First time ever going to a cowboy show. I'm insert some pictures so y'all can just get a little update of how life has really been going. I took him to see the cattle drive and everything like that. But anyways, that was his first weekend down here. So I took him to a rodeo. I'd never been, he never been. But while at this rodeo, I found my cousins down here and they were just visiting my other cousin that actually lives here. She lives in Dallas. But I was like, it's so good to have somebody else down here, you know, like, and I felt like I knew she lived down here, but once you move down here, you completely forget all of that. So it was good for us to reconnect. And it was funny that we were in the same spot and we didn't even know. I love it down here, y'all. I really like it down here, and I'm still getting used to it. And I didn't know Texas had tornadoes. It was my first time ever hearing a tornado siren. Me and my brother woke up in the middle of the night and was like, what the heck is going on? We thought it was an ambulance, but they have tornado sirens down here. Clearly they get some bad storms, they get cold weather. People try to warn me, but I guess I was not prepared and I was in denial, and I would still go outside in sandals and a t-shirt. But the weather felt like I was living back at home, so I was setting myself up for failure. I will say, trying something new down here. I've tried Texas barbecue. Your girl growing up, I did not like barbecue. I did not like the taste of barbecue, and I thought barbecue meant like barbecue sauce. However, barbecue does not mean barbecue sauce. It's about how the meat is cooked. And I will say I've had Texas brisket, and it's been pretty good. Now, I only had it one time at this like bar, so I don't think that's true authentic Texas brisket, but the brisket that I did have, it was really good. And everybody keeps saying, you got to try Texas barbecue, you got to try Texas barbecue. So I've been trying new foods. I just been trying new things. Let me see. Oh, I tried a new Pilates class, guys. I tried Pilates. I've been trying a lot of different fitness classes to try to get new hobbies. I'm trying to think about what else. I've had a lot of firsts. I've had a lot of firsts this year, and I keep a log and journal of the different things that I've been trying in Fort Worth because I want to remember this stuff. Like, I asked God before moving down here that I will be open to new experiences and new things. And I've just bloomed. I feel like me personally, I would not be doing these things by myself, especially before my brother moved down here. I would not be doing these things a few years ago by myself. I would not be trying new hobbies. Like, the fact that I am, and I feel like I have to be because I have nobody else. So who am I waiting on to go out and try these things? I need to just go out and do them. And that's what I've been doing. Going out and doing them. Now I can pull my brother and drag him along with me. I don't know if I told y'all this, but I have found a church and I like it, and I began serving, but I fell off. But now I'm getting back into it, and I serve with the children. I'm thinking about switching. I don't know if y'all care or not, but I'm gonna tell you anyway because, you know, we catching up. I'm thinking about serving in a different capacity. I serve in a nursery. Sometimes I serve in like the first graders room, but I'm around children all the time, and I love kids, I really do. But I want to get more on the production side. I want to see like the editing, the lighting. Like, I just want to see all of that because that's what interests me. Yeah, I know I'm here on YouTube for a reason. I make videos and stuff like that, so I want to see that side and how that works and looks in a church. And I feel like that's a different way for me to build community around people my age, because while I'm in a nursery, there are people that work in there with me, but I don't feel like I always have the same opportunities to talk and learn and connect with people as I would maybe serving elsewhere. And I feel like the whole point of serving, yes, is to give back, but also it's an opportunity to build community. And that's what I really need, especially Christian community right now. I feel like I am covered with other community, but I need like-minded believers. And the women at my job, they are Christian, but I don't know, I just want somebody who has the same faith as me. There are different types of Christian, different denominations and stuff. I want somebody who shares the same faith as me, somebody I can call on, somebody I can pray with, and I can sit with at church. And I will be having testing, like neurological testing, just to see, yeah, that'll be something for later. But I am having different neurological testings done, and I pray that all these testings will be done and the results will help me to be a better person, to get back on track, like to be the person that I know I can be, and just to give me an explanation of why I do some of the things that I do. I can't talk to y'all and put on lashes at the same time. Let me put these lashes on real quick and then hop back on here. For the future, y'all, I do plan to be more consistent for one, okay? But I'm not making any promises. I'm human, I'll fall off and stuff like that. But what I do have planned so far as content, the whole relationship story, it's going to be a very long story time, so be ready for that. Turn on notifications for that. But I'll also be telling you guys about my career, because I know like when I started this YouTube channel, I started it and I started getting a lot of views for my case management video, and then as I became a counselor, other people had questions, and then me like graduating from Capella, I know a lot of people had questions as well. So I'm gonna be posting more about like my career and stuff, and then of course different hauls. But as the prices rise, I'm not gonna be spending a lot of money on clothing on like sites and stuff. I will be going to Goodwill because I love me a good Goodwill. I love me a good thrift store, and I feel like I'm going to be putting together looks from there. So if you guys want to see any of that, let me know. And I'll definitely still be doing these yapping videos because I love to yap and I love to do my makeup. I know not everybody is into makeup, but that's my thing, and I'm gonna continue to do that. So I hope you guys stick around. Oh, where is my missing my eyeliner? So I hope that you guys stick around for that. I'll be talking more about my relationship and my walk with God, and just how it is being a Christian woman in this generation, because it's not easy. It's not easy. All the temptation that we have, boy. Whew, it's not easy. But with God, all things are easy. Not easy. No, all things are possible. It ain't easy, but all things are possible. And I was going to do my hair, but it's like, do I feel like it? I'm probably gonna just do my edges with you guys on camera as I end this video. Obviously, I moved us into my bathroom so we can finish up my hair together. Your girl, this is the first time I've ever done a sew-in on myself. And look at the sleeve out. I honestly need to wash it and maintenance it, but for right now, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, okay? But I do want to just thank you guys so much for your support and staying with me, especially for like the people who reach out to me on TikTok or Instagram that say how much they have missed me from YouTube. You guys remind me, and people that continuously comment on like my old videos, from my Capella videos, my case management, my counselor videos, just saying how much I helped them and just asking more questions. Even people on TikTok, like, I think when I post my videos, I don't think about it anymore, especially videos from years ago. But the fact that people are still watching it and still helping people today, I think that's so amazing. And that's why I want to continue to make content. So that I'm praying that you guys just stick with me as I continue to go on this YouTube journey. And if there's anything I can help y'all with, because the whole purpose of creation is not for me to consume something or to get something out of this. It is to help other people, and I think that's really what I'm learning. I'm trying to shift my content, because yes, I've been doing things that I've liked, but I'm like, how can my content help inspire somebody else? How can my content help teach somebody else something that I wish I would have known? And that's in any area of life, like spiritually, socially, career-wise. Like, it's just so many things, especially me being a young Black woman. There's so many like little girls and people of color that I could just reach, and I want to just teach, and I want to use my platform, you know, to help save somebody from something, like from mistakes, like just from mistakes, because adulting is hard. Being a girl is hard. Going through breakup is hard. Going through college is hard. Finding a career is hard. These things are not easy. These things are not easy. And I was saying to my brother one day, I was like, you know, I don't know what we were talking about, but I was like, it's really hard. It's really hard. I was like, no, let me not say it's hard. It's not hard. He was like, no, it is okay to admit that things are hard, because things are hard. But when you do things in conjunction with God, they get so much better. It makes it so much better. It's still hurtful. It's still hard times, but I feel like God helps carry. I don't feel like it. I know that God helps carry the burden of a lot of the things that we deem as hard, or the things that I deem as like, oh, I can't get through this, or like this is life ending and stuff. Girl, no. I just be dramatic, and I be overthinking, and I don't be fully submitting to God. So in my videos, that is what I want to show you guys. Like in the future, I just want to show up more authentically, showing you guys more about my walk with God and how it is not perfect. And I don't care who judge me, because I know that people will judge. We are humans, we do judge. I don't care who judges me, because I know that my content is helping people somewhere, and I feel like that's what matters. If it doesn't help you, then it's not for you. But the people that I feel like need to hear me, God will help me reach those people. God will place my videos in front of those people. God will place me in connection and relationship with people down here. I feel like I want to branch out in this content creation space. It's a big content creation scene down here, especially in Dallas. I don't know about Fort Worth that much, but maybe that's something I could create. You know, I could link up with some creators who are in Fort Worth. I found some creators on TikTok who are in Fort Worth, but like just YouTube content creators down here, just networking and connecting with different people. That's really what I hope to have in the future. And I already told y'all, like I hinted at some videos that I have coming for y'all. I'm gonna be telling all the tea about my relationship, because in the beginning I wanted to protect this man because I thought that we were going to get back together. I don't want to say anything bad about him. I was very manipulated and gaslighted into a lot of things, so I believe like, oh, it was just me, it was just me, it was just me. But hindsight bias, you know, it's 2020, because now I see like, oh no. This is where he was lying to you. This is where he was gaslighting you. This is what he told you he didn't do X, Y, and Z, but here's the proof. So I'm going to be getting into that. And it's not to bash him or anything, but it's just to tell my story. I feel like a part of that is me healing. I feel like a lot of times in our relationship, he kept telling me he didn't want people to tell our business because he didn't want to seem like the bad guy, because I always make him seem like the bad guy. But sometimes, like, if I'm telling my story and you seem like the bad guy, it's probably because you're the bad guy, okay? And granted, I was a bad girl too. I was not perfect, and I'm going to tell that too. So I want to be very raw and honest. And let me just say this. Don't judge me how I'm about to straighten my hair. I'm about to just do a quick run through, and then I'm going to hit up my leave out. I'm going to tell y'all about my new position. And let me just say, I was, again, the Dean of Students when I first started. And I got a promotion within months. Now I am the Dean of Student Culture and Counseling. So I still I'm doing like the student events and everything like that. I still plan that. I still oversee many different departments, and we'll get into specifics in another video. But I also do counseling. Y'all know counseling is my passion. Mental health is my passion, especially being able to break the stigma and raise awareness within youth that they look like me a little bit, but they're Hispanic, but youth that also go through the same struggles, like whether it's financial struggles, cultural struggles. I feel like, yes, Hispanics and Black people, they have very different cultures, but they have very similar cultures as well, as far as like the ideology and their thought processes with mental health, the ignorance that they have surrounding mental health, and also like how religion, Christian religion, plays a part in the way we think about mental health. So I just want to be able to break those barriers with our students, and not only with our students but with their families as well, because I feel like that's where it starts. Any other video ideas that you guys may have for me, any questions that you guys may have, I definitely want you to ask them and leave them down below. Your girl probably won't be doing too many hauls unless it's like stuff on sale, because I'm trying to save some money, and I have been shopping at Goodwill. Granted, I got a raise. Now, this is the most money I've ever made in my life. However, just because I got this money, I want to be smart with my money. I want to learn how to invest and different ways to save, because I really have not been stewarding the money that God has given me well. So maybe I can talk a little bit about that with you all if you're interested, and just how I plan to use, you know, different resources and be resourceful down here, because y'all might be a recession. It might be a recession. It might. The word might is very loosely. It probably will be a recession, okay? I still want to do like home videos. I want to do keto videos, meal prep videos, days in my life. So if y'all have any ideas, let your girl know. Let your girl know. I feel like I'm rambling on, but I really miss y'all. I miss creating. I miss, you know, expressing myself, okay? I miss yapping. I know this video is forever long, but if you still watching, I thank you so much for sticking around this long, and I pray that something in this video you found helpful. Maybe you got to know something about me, maybe you learned something about yourself through me. Whatever it is, I just pray, you know, it's helping somebody, or at least entertaining somebody. If it ain't helping you, I hope it's entertaining at least. So yeah, if you could drop a like, a comment, subscribe, you know, if you want to connect with me on different platforms, please do that as well. I don't give out my Instagram anymore. My Instagram is private because of the position that I do have, and I want to keep some of my private life private. But my TikTok is very open to the public. But I want to start sharing more of my life and like story times on TikTok and even like on YouTube Shorts. All right, y'all. So my camera had died while I was finishing up my hair, but this is like the final look, and I just wanted to put on this robe. I know it's a little extra, but I just wanted to feel like really cute, really girly. I'm like, you know, yesterday was a really rough day for me, so I just wanted to get a little cute, put a little bit of feathers on, put the black on, you know, because it's death to the old me, death to the old relationship, okay? And we're moving into a new season, so I wore all black for that reason. But y'all, if you watched this video thus far, I thank you so much. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.